Testing, testing. Hello and good evening. You are joining me for round 5 of season 16 with ALR Gran Turismo Championship, and we're taking a look at the race for Tier 5. And for this race, we're at Kyoto, and we'll be having a 10-lap sprint race. But before we get that started, a quick look at the championship as it stood after last round at Laguna Seca. Tied for first place with 94 points, we have Boa and Danger Mouse, with Juhoven in third place, just 3 points behind them. And the BMW team steadily in the lead of the Constructors' Championship, with the AMG team in second place, about 14 points behind, and way further back with 60 points behind is the Porsche team in third place. So let's have a look at where everyone qualified. In 15th place we have Cracoveli, 14th place for HK, 13th place for Slapman, 12th for Keylife, 11th place for Bology, Schumacher in 10th, Lord Hans in 9th place, Danger Mouse in 8th place, so not a fantastic qualifying for the championship win contender. 7th place for Monkan, 6th for Rocket, 5th place for Chaos Druid, Juhoven in 4th place with the BMW. Third place for Escan with the Ferrari, second place for Boa, and on pole position we have Obi-Wan with the AMG. So without further ado, let's get started and see where this sprint race will take us. Just a very quick look on tires. Khan is on softs, while Boa, Obi-Wan and Juho are on mediums. Softs were close to it, so going through the field, definitely a bit of a mix. So some people have opted for the medium tires here. It's a high tire wear track, so this makes some sense, and it'll be interesting to see how the tires will play out and if the soft runners will be able to benefit in the first parts of the sprint race. So let's get started. We've got 5 red lights and away we go. Seems to be a good start by Obi-Wan and Khan. Boa down into third place already. Khan trying to hang it out on the outside, but couldn't just. Boa up, but squirming there on the exit, but Boa managed to keep the position ahead of the Ferrari driver. As it seems we've had a fairly clean turn 1, which is always good to see. Slapman diving onto the inside of Schumacher through the hairpin here, and we have our first incident. Let's see what happened to Ball here on the outside in 12th position, and just loss of grip there for the Audi. Really unfortunate for him. Let's join our race leader. Ball already challenging in the braking zone for first place. Manages to get alongside and can't, just trying to find a way past. Just going to go back a little bit here and see how this unfolded from Khan's point of view. Oh, very, very unfortunate. So both of these drivers lost the rear end on the exit. There was a bit of contact there, And now Chaos Druid and Khan are in the fight for the lead of the race. Juho with a fantastic, very deep braking, actually slots into first place and does was that a double or a triple overtake? I'm not sure, but it was a very good move nonetheless. Khan now in second place with Chaos Druid hot on his tail. So Juho in the lead of the race on the medium tires, which is interesting to see. Let's have a really quick look at what's happening behind. Kilev must have had a moment as well. Let's see what happened to him. Just a touch of the grass, touch of the curb as well, and he's stuck behind with Obi-Wan. And then Bullet had another moment. I don't know if we saw that. I think we did. So after lap 1 we have Juho as our race leader with Khan side by side with him, trying the outside line into the first corner, but that's a very, very big ask here. If Juho is able to hold on to this position for about half the race, he'll probably start feeling good tire advantage. Chaos Druid is really close behind in third as well. Already looking down the inside of the Ferrari, and Chaos Druid manages to do it in the fast hairpin, slots into second position, but the fight is not over yet. Khan is side by side with him. Chaos manages to take the inside line. Very close battle here between the top drivers, and Chaos actually already a bit ahead of Juho. Let's see how they break for the hairpin now. The inside line for Chaos, given the room, and they're still neck and neck, Juho and Chaos. Fantastic drive so far from them, but Juho had to lift a little bit there and just consolidate for second position for the moment. Khan right behind him has not dropped out, not one bit, and Boa in fourth place at the moment is closely looking at this battle with Danger Mouse up into fifth place. So Danger Mouse had fantastic couple of opening laps here. Let's see where everyone is. Lord Hands diving on the inside of Rocket. Let's see if these two will manage to keep it clean through these turns. Had to fall back down to position behind Rocket, did Lord Hands, but he's up into seventh. Challenged a bit here by Monken, but good improvement so far for Lord Hands to be up into 7th position after the start of the race. Kilev and Obi-Wan will apparently be stuck a little bit together. The Ferrari and the MG, both of them seem fast, but had those unfortunate accidents. But for the moment we have Chaos Druid in the lead of the sprint race here, with little gaps starting to form a little bit. Let's see what happened. Someone had a incident here. Let's see what happened with Monkan. So Monkan ahead of Lord Hands managed to go for a move and overtaken. Oh, that was very, very unfortunate there. I think he just lost it on the power, but let's see if there was anything out of the ordinary happening here. Oh, it's on the brake actually. The car just oversteers on the braking. Very unfortunate for Monkan, who's having a good race so far, and after that move on Lord Hands as well. So let's see, Khan already challenging Juho again into the start-finish straight. Still kind of shown the outside line of turn 1, which is just not in a position to take a benefit from, not against the BMW. Even with the tire advantage, it's just very difficult to materialize that into some sort of advantage. Boa has dropped a little bit into 4th place with Danger Mouse a bit busy fending off Rocket behind him. So our two championship contenders currently in 4th and 5 here in the sprint race. It's pretty tight between them. It probably will be for the rest of the race, I'd imagine as well. Schumacher had a moment there, spun out, and is now going to be down in 14th place. As Khan must have had a bit of a moment now, he's fallen off a little bit of the back of Juho, and Bo was having a peek on the inside of the hairpin, trying to find a way past, but couldn't at this instance. Oh, it's squirmy there on the exit for Boa at BMW. Could be a bit of a handful at times when exiting corners. Lordhand's really close to the back of Rocket. Let's see if he'll be able to go for a move here into turn 1. Has a look on the inside, but thinks better of it. Nice and safe, and stays in 7th position for the moment, but maybe trying to force Rocket into an error. As we've had someone pit, Craccavelli has pit and put on soft tires. Not sure why, but it's something we can get back to. Joining our race leader, Chaos Druid, doing fantastic so far. His front rack tire is nearly halfway through, and we're nearly halfway through the race. So he might struggle a bit for traction in the final couple of laps, but at least so far he's holding the fastest lap of the race and has opened a little bit of a gap on Juho behind. As Khan and Boa, had they actually changed positions? Nope, that's my mistake, so let's come back through. Khan goes defensive into the hairpin and still manages to keep Boa behind. Boa going purple so far on this lap, and Khan's medium tires on the Ferrari are actually looking quite solid. I wouldn't expect him to have any trouble. It seems that Rocket, HK and Chaos have the worst tires so far, but let's see how Boa managed to get past Khan into the final corner. Dives on the inside, is given the room, and brave on the brakes. Nearly loses it, and Khan goes a bit defensive and goes wide there. I'm not sure there was any contact, at least not on, didn't look like it on this replay, but very unfortunate for Khan there, as he not only lost the position but also quite a lot of time. And now Danger Mouse has managed to find his way past Khan as well, and is up into 4, so really tight battle at the front here so far in the sprint race. Absolutely love to see it. Monkan is in 10th place right now, and Obi-Wan is right behind him. Obi-Wan having a bit of a sprint race to forget for the moment, but these are fantastic move there on the inside of the fast hairpin by Obi-Wan. And these two are obviously fighting for feature race pole position, which could be something to salvage out of the sprint race, as Boa tried to make a move on his teammate, but couldn't quite make it stick through the hairpin there. But seems to have the pace on his teammate, at least for the moment. As we dive into the final turn of the track, the top three are not separated by much at all. As let's see how Lord Hans managed to gain 6th position on the inside of the final hairpin, managed to get ahead of Rocket, whose tires are definitely starting to show. Lord Hans' tires are starting to struggle a little bit, and Slavman has a look on the inside of Rocket and deep on the brakes on nearly loses it, and there's a bit of contact there. I don't think that was intentional, but that's very unfortunate for Rocket, as Slavman has now taken 7th place off of him, and Rocket loses a couple of positions in a couple of corners. A very quick look here, it seems that both Monken and Obi-Wan have overtaken HK and are still side by side. Monken managed to get back ahead of Obi-Wan, as Juho is stuck defending from his teammate. In 2nd and 3rd place are the two BMWs, and once again we see Boa have a look on the inside of the hairpin. Juho gives him the space, but Boa is not able to make it through, at least for the moment. Fantastic battle between these two. So far, Danger Mouse definitely enjoying seeing the battle ahead of him and hoping to find some benefit of it. Out into the lead, Chaos' tires are looking pretty bad, and I think he'll struggle very much in the next couple of laps, with 3 laps remaining here. Boa had a bit of a moment on the exit of the final corner and has dropped now a little bit from his teammate, but is still keeping in 3rd place, with Danger Mouse now significantly closer behind him, and Khan in 5th, looking to regain some of the positions he had at the start of the sprint. Khan actually taking the fastest lap at this point of the race. Lord Hans managed to pull a little bit of a gap on Slavman, as we see Rocket dive on the inside of Slavman and completes a fantastic move. Will he be able to keep it here? Let's see. Yes, Slavman doesn't go for a move at this point in time, but let's have a look at what's happening in the lead of the race. Chaos Druid starting to lose traction and is now already being caught up by Juho and Boa. This hairpin will be very hard for Chaos Druid with the tire where he goes defensive nice and early. Will he be able to hold the inside line? Just about, but Juho goes for the over-under and doesn't manage to make it on the exit of the corner so far, but I think it's just a matter of time, unfortunately, for Chaos. Staying defensive again for the final hairpin, as Bo and Juho had a huge moment there. Let's have a look at it from Bo's point of view. So Juho and Chaos fighting a little bit. Bo dives on the inside and just on the exit of the corner gives his teammate a little push. Manages to straighten him up, but Bo now loses a couple of positions because of this, down into 5th. And Danger Mouse climbs into 2nd place, says thank you very much. This is exactly what Danger Mouse was hoping for. As Chaos goes off a little bit, down into 4th place now, down into 4th place. Danger Mouse goes a bit wide as Juho takes 1st position, with Boa very close behind these two. And they're going nearly 3 wide there into the heavy braking zone. Danger Mouse manages to keep these two behind him, at least for the moment. So this is a great turn of events here for Danger Mouse, who's managed to take the lead of the race, practically nicely wrapped as a gift. And now Khan has slotted into 2nd place ahead of both BMWs. As behind we see Lord Hans up into 5th place, so having a great race so far. Ball on the inside of Escan doesn't manage to make it stick so far, but down the straight the BMW might be powerful enough to go for a move on the Ferrari. Juho and Boa side by side a little bit, so these two teammates are not being limited by any kind of team orders, it would seem. As Khan still holds the 2nd place in the race, final lap of the race, and it's all to fight for here. Khan on the soft tires, they will start degrading a little bit here, but the Ferrari still has good tires. Let's see, Boa had a bit of a look on the inside, but Khan managed to close that door. And the number of opportunities to get past the Ferrari are starting to run out here in the final corners of the sprint race. Juho dropped just a little bit off of his teammate. As Boa had a bit of a moment again on the exit, just finding too much power on that BMW and losing the rear a little bit. Khan takes a very, very ambitious line through that chicane. I'll call it chicane, it's not exactly a chicane, but nearly gets side by side with Danger Mouse. And will it be able to do it? Seems to have slotted it in. Wow, what a photo finish. Khan takes the sprint race victory. Let's have a look at what this looks like. Just about ahead of the AMG there, and Khan takes the sprint race victory. Danger Mouse in 2nd, Boa in 3rd place, Juho takes 4th, Lord Hans had a fantastic drive up into 5th, Slavman in 6th, Rocket in 7th, Monken recovered to 8th place ahead of Obi-Wan in 9th, and Chaos through it with his dead front tires has fallen all the way to 10th place in the sprint race. 11 for AK, 12 Turkiyev couldn't recover after those incidents. Schumacher in 13th, Krakavelli in 14th, and Bola will complete the lineup in 15th place of the sprint race. So let's have a very quick break as we load the feature race. And we're back for the feature race at Kyoto. 26 laps, around Kyoto here, and let's see what the lineup is, what tires everyone has. The top 10 of the sprint race are, of course, reversed for the feature race. So let's see where everyone is slotted in. Bola in 15th on the hard tires, Crackavelli on the hards, Schumacher 13th, hard tires as well, Kilev on the medium tires for the Saturday race in 12th place, HK in 11th on the hard ones, Khan starting on the hards as well, our sprint race winner just by a very little margin, starting on the hard tires in 10th place, Danger Mouse as well on the hard tires, Boa in 8th, 7th for Juho, starting on the mediums, so it'd be interesting to see his main competitors have started on the hards. Medium tires for Lord Hands as well in 6th place, Slavman on the hards in 5th, Rocket opening for the hard tires in the Lexus, Monkan in 3rd on the hard tires, Obi-Wan starting on the mediums from 2nd place, and from 1st place we have Kelsruit starting on the mediums. It'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to make the tires work better this time around. And let's get started here with the feature race. And we're off. Kelsruit leads us into turn 1. Goes a bit defensive, maybe tried to break the toe there, but manages to go into turn 1 quite nice. Someone went very wide there, I think it was Juho, but he's managed to recover it, and it seems everyone had a nice and clean turn 1 there, no incidents, love to see it. Kills through it, still sitting comfortable ahead of Obi-Wan here, both of them on the medium tires, as we already see Monkan and Rocket fighting for 3rd place, and yeah, exchanging positions. Rocket moves up into 3rd place, as we see, rather we miss, but we'll go back and have a look at how Obi-Wan managed to overtake Kyo's here. So Kyo's goes defensive, tries to park it in the middle of the road. Oh, he just outbrakes himself, and Obi-Wan takes the lead of the race here in lap 1, as we see Rocket also find a way past his teammate and take 2nd place. So a bit of a disaster here for Chaos at the start of the race, but it'll be a long one, so there's every opportunity to recover from this. Let's have a quick look. Someone is struggling. Schumacher down in 15th, managed to spin, didn't quite catch if there was any contact or that was just an error from his side, but unfortunate to see him down in last place at the moment, as we finish lap 1 of the race with Obi-Wan in the lead with a comfortable gap ahead of both Lexus drivers. Kelsruit has a bit of a look on the inside in turn 1 against his teammate, but thinks better of it. As someone goes a little bit wide there, but manages to keep it nice and clean. Boa into 9th place, not having a fantastic first lap so far. Danger Mouse is doing good so far, up into 8th at the moment, chasing Lord Hands. Khan must have had a bit of a moment there on lap 1, it's down in 12th place. He might be struggling a little bit with the hard tires. It's definitely a difficult switch from the softs to go to the hard tires. Chaos still trying to find a way past his teammate, but Rocket is driving great so far. Monkan in 4th place, and he has opened a bit of a gap to 5th place Slavman and Juho behind him. So the fight for 2nd, 3rd and 4th is entirely on here. Bit of a gap down to 5th place for the moment, but Obi-Wan finishes lap 2 with a very comfortable gap, nearly 2 seconds gained on second place just on that one lap. So a great start of the race here from Obi-Wan in the AMG. Juho is trying to find a way past Slavman. Hasn't so far, but we'll stick with him for a little bit here as he manages to get the inside for the turn here. Should be able to, if he manages to get it stopped, should be able to make it stick. Behind we see Boa going for a move against Danger Mouse, but Danger Mouse manages to keep 7th place, and now Slavman has lost one position and is about to lose the second one as Danger Mouse slid on the inside, and Slavman just lost the rear there a little bit, and Boa made contact with him. Not sure there was contact there, but it seemed very unfortunate that for Slavman. Seemed to lose the rear a little bit, and then the following contact just really destroyed the race for him there. As Kyoto is now under pressure from Monkan, and Monkan slots into 3rd place. So fantastic move there from Monkan to take opportunity of Kyoto just going a little bit wide, it seemed. This removes a bit of the pressure on Rockets, at least for the moment, from his teammate. Danger Mouse up into 6th place already. Great start from the other MG driver as well. Lord Hands up into 7th, doing good. Boa losing a little bit to his main championship contender so far, down into 8th place, couple of positions behind Danger Mouse, as Khan has moved up into 11 after Slavman's incident there. Nearly identical times between the race leader and 2nd place Rocket on the last laps, but the gap that Obi-Wan managed to open up in the first couple of laps is quite significant, as Monkan is now fighting to hold on to 3rd place from Chaos behind him. As Chaos tries to go around the outside of the hairpin, nearly manages to get it done, but just didn't have the acceleration on the exit. Great move attempted there from Chaos, as Monkan had a bit of a moment there on the exit of the corner, and Chaos slots into 3rd place without any drama, without any issues. Just manages to take that position, says thank you very much, and will start chasing down his teammate once again, hopefully. Juho in 5th place, looking at this battle and hoping to be able to get some free positions out of it, I'm sure for that. We have a quick look through the field where everyone is at. Everyone seems to have slotted a little bit into their position. The top 8 are pretty much together, though a little bit of gaps in between them, as we see HK and Kile fight for dear life there. HK defending in 9th place, manages to keep the position so far, but will he be able to hold the 2 Ferraris behind him? Kile, of course, on the medium tires, and Khan on the hard ones. Hard tires for HK, so Kile definitely has the tire advantage at this point of the race. Forces HK into a bit of a defensive line. HK parks it a bit on the apex, but now Kilev has the inside line for the final turn and will have no trouble at all to get that position. And HK down into 10th position now. Might make that 11th depending if Khan manages to hold it out through the outside of turn 1. We saw him try that a few times in the sprint race and didn't manage to make a good gain from it this time as well. Let's go a little bit further ahead, right on time as Boa dives on the inside of Lord Hands, and will he be able to make a good exit out of the corner? Falling off a little bit behind him, but should be able to get the inside line if he manages to break nice and clean for the turn now. These two are still side by side, great battle. Bond nearly loses it, but manages to hold it on track. Couldn't find a way past Lord Hands this time around. Let's look a bit further up. Monhan has fallen to 5th place. As let's actually rewind a little bit and see where I've missed Rocket losing a position to his teammate. So let's see, what have I missed here? Monkan is in 4th ahead of Juho, and Rocket is ahead of Chaos. So something must have happened here. Rocket goes defensive already here, as it seems Chaos through it with the medium tires, just sticks it out on the outside, and that's a great clean move on his teammate as Juho nearly identically overtook Monkan, and we're just about back where we were. So at the moment definitely Chaos has the tire advantage still on his teammate, but he'll need to be pitting a lot sooner than his teammate. It'll be interesting to see what he'll make happen of this, as Obi-Wan continues to extend his lead of the race, enjoying the free air and not having to fight or worry about anyone, just extending that gap little by little every lap. Juho is definitely having to think about going for 3rd place. Doesn't happen this time around, as Boa is still being kept behind Lord Hands. Chaos seems to have opened a little bit of a gap on his teammate, which is a bit expected with the tire advantage, but those medium tires will soon cross over and start being a bit worse than the hard ones, as we see Juho just about catching up to Rocket. Juho of course on the medium tires as well, so should still be able to go for a move with the tire advantage. Beautiful camera angle that was. As you see Juho trying his best to find a way past around Rocket, but isn't able to so far. Rocket went a bit defensive, but not defensive enough, left the door open a little bit. Juho couldn't manage to break that much deeper and is still behind the Lexus on the start-finish straight. End of lap 8 here, and it would seem Chaos is not having a good time with the tires so far. I think Chaos has great pace, but needs to manage those tires just a little bit better. Saw him do fantastic in the sprint race, only to have it undone just because of tire wear. It's very close from 3rd place down to 6th. Could be anyone for this position now. Lorhan and Boa are joining this little train as well. Everyone here is very close to each other at this point of the race. As we will stay with Juho here for a little bit and just try and see if there's any other close battles happening on track. This one seems to be the closest. Juho is once again very close to Rocket, out into the final corner. Rocket holds the inside line. Will Juho be able to stick it out on the outside? No. Tries for the switchback as both Obi-Wan and Chaos Druid go into the pits to get off the medium tires. So rather early pit stop there. Will be interesting to see where they come out. Boa has come into the pits as well to get off the soft tires. To get off the hard tires. So that's an interesting choice as well in terms of strategy. As Obi-Wan is out in 7th place on the hard tires, just behind Keylife. Not ideal, but at least Keylife is on the medium tire, so maybe won't slow him down too much. We'll have a quick look. Rocket currently leading the race with Juho just behind him, still struggling a little bit to find the way past. Danger Mouse holding steady in 3rd place with Monkan behind him. Let's see if Obi-Wan will be able to go for a move here on Keylife. Not this time around. Keylife's tires, of course, are still doing pretty good, but oh my god, this was the worst timing for me to say that. It seems just on the exit of the corner, too much power and just loses the rear. Has a bit of a meeting with the wall there, loses a position to Obi-Wan, will maybe lose a position to his teammate as well. This is of course great news for Obi-Wan now into clean air with the hard tires, as Rocket has went in to get off the hard tires from the lead of the race. This promoted Juho in 1st place for the moment. I'm still pretty sure, of course, Obi-Wan is our net race leader, as he had a pretty sizable gap before pitting. But let's see, Monkan has put a lot of pressure on Danger Mouse. Lord Hans is sitting nice and comfortable behind them. Obi-Wan driving into clean air now, as Khan has found his way past his teammate, or maybe actually Keylife actually pit for hard tires. Chaos Druid in 8th place at the moment on the fresh hard tires, with Rocket right behind them, so these two are in the same positions after doing their pit stops. Boa down into 12. Managed to just see him get a 2-second penalty as well, which isn't ideal for him. Let's see what happened here. Juho bit under pressure from Danger Mouse. Maybe there was a bit of contact there. Danger Mouse waited, but Monkan takes great advantage of this and slots into 2nd place now. Juho might be starting to feel the loss of tire grip as he goes wide there, and Monkan takes the effective lead of the race at the moment, with Lord Hands now having a look on the inside of Juho on the final corner. Will he be able to find enough power in that GTR, as Juho and Danger Mouse both dive into the pits on lap 10? Obi-Wan, our net race leader, is in third place at the moment, still driving in clean air. This is definitely his race to lose now with all the pace he's shown throughout the first stint. As we see Rocket once again trying to find a way past his teammate. This time around though, Chaos is on the hard tires and Rocket is on the mediums. Be interesting to see these two pit within a lap of each other, so interesting to see what they will do with tire wear. As Juho is now down into 9th place after pitting with Danger Mouse in 11th, right behind Slavman on old hard tires, so Danger Mouse will be hoping to find a way past Slavman and do that rather quickly. Someone has had a moment. Chaos Druid has had a moment. What happened? Let's see. Last we saw, Chaos was fighting his teammate, so he goes defensive here on the hard braking zone, and it seems just to be on the power there. Didn't see any contact myself there on that move by Rocket. It's just unfortunate for Chaos to lose it there on the hard tires. As Khan and Schumacher now in 4th and 5th, both of them yet to pit, of course, and the net race leader is significantly ahead of them already. So it seems Obi-Wan is doing great on the hard tires. He still has the fastest lap of the race from his first stint as Schumacher dives into the pits. Lap 12 out of 26, Monken on the hard tires, and Lord Hans behind him on the medium tires. Fantastic job from Lord Hans so far with the tires. Juho up into 6th now with Danger Mouse into 8th. Let's find ourselves a battle for position, and it seems Boa and Slavman are now neck and neck. Boa manages to get it stopped on the inside, of course. Boa on a lot fresher medium tires. Oh, I'm a bit worried if they will be able to reach the end of the race. I think Boa might be too stopping, as finally Lord Hans and Monken dive into the pits. This promotes Obi-Wan back into his original place, leading the race with a sizable gap ahead of 2nd place Rocket and 3rd place Khan. At the moment, Khan, of course, yet to pit on the hard tires. As Boa has found a way past Danger Mouse. Let's see where that happened. Oh, it must have been the final corner of the race, and Boa has found a way to get ahead of his main championship contender. So this is good news for Boa at the moment, just in terms of the championship standings. His teammate is just ahead of him, but I am rather concerned by Bo's tire wear and the fact that he'll need to make a second pit stop. Seemed they had a bit of a moment there, but Danger Mouse waited a little bit, or at least it looked like that. Which is good to see. And now they're side by side. I think Ball went a bit wide there. Danger Mouse tries to find a way past, but Ball is all over the road, left and right. And now Ball dives into the pits to change tires. This releases Danger Mouse up into 5th place now, and Danger Mouse will be trying to catch up to Juho. They have nearly identical tire wear, these two. Let's have a quick look at our race leader, lapping into the high 35s and 36s on the hard tires, doing a fantastic pace so far. The gap to 2nd place Rocket is quite substantial. Where is our next closest battle? It seems to be between Lord Hands and Lord Hands and Monkan for 7th place, as Lord Hands has gone onto the soft tires. Interesting choice as well. I imagine Lord Hands will 2-stop as well, trying something different. Takes advantage of the tires and gets ahead of Monkan comfortably. Let's have a look through the grid where someone is fighting. Boa has elected to go onto the hard tires and is now in 11th place, right behind Kilev, also on the hard tires, as they have caught up to Khan, who has finally pit at the end of lap 14. Let's see what tires Khan will come out on. In P12, Khan has come out on the medium tires for the rest of the race. As we now see Lord Hands diving onto the inside of Slavman, takes 5th place on those soft tires. Great job by Lord Hands so far to gain these positions, but I'm really afraid those soft tires won't make it to the end of the race. Oh, Bo must have had a moment here. Let's see what happened. Just a touch of the wall, gets damage and loses a couple of positions, and is now down in 12th place behind the other Ferrari of Khan. As we see, Monkan has now caught up to Slavman, as shown the outside line in the final corner, goes for a switchback. Let's see if Monkan will be able to make this work. He will. Slavman finally pits to get off the hard tires, and Monkan is promoted into 6th place. Great race from him so far. Just 11 more laps to go, and this will be a great finishing position for Monkan. Obi-Wan doing good so far, but His front right tire wear is quite significant, so it'll be interesting to see will he make it. He's done about 7 laps I think on these tires, and he's got 11 more to do, so either he'll need to pit again or a bit more tire management will be needed. Rocket behind will definitely need to pit again off these medium tires, as Juho seems to be doing good so far on these medium ones, as well as Danger Mouse behind him. As we catch Lord Hans just in a bit of a bad moment, going wide, touching the wall there. No damage at least, so he can continue on. Those soft tires are starting to show their age though, but Lord Hans elects to go for one more lap. As we are joining Khan on the medium tires, chasing Schumacher ahead of him. This seems to be our closest battle on track at the moment, as Khan has taken the fastest lap of the race here, a 1:34.5. Trying to find a way past Schumacher. As someone has spun, that's Bola has spun. That Audi seems to be proving a bit of a handful on this track. Certainly a few other cars were struggling a lot once tire wear started sinking in, as Khan goes for a very deep brake on the inside for this fast left right hander and manages to take 9th place off of Schumacher with a great move there. As Rocket pits from 2nd place to get rid of those medium dying tires. Lord Hans has also pit off the soft tires, and this has promoted Juho into 2nd place, 3rd place for Danger Mouse. Bit worse tire wear for Danger Mouse at this point in time compared to Juho, and Monkan behind them on a bit fresher medium tires chasing them. Kelsruit is in 5th place at the moment, so doing good so far on this recovery drive. Rocket has come out into 6th place again on the hard tires. He should be able to make it to the end of the race from here, as bit bigger gaps have started to form between the cars. And we'll just stick with Khan for the moment, as he seems to be closing in on his teammate, and we'll be able to catch a little look behind for the battle of Lord Hans and Schumacher, as Khan dives on the inside of his teammate and manages to make nearly the same move he made on Schumacher. As we see our race leader pit from the lead of the race, lap 18, to get off the hard tires. Let's see where that will leave him. Juho is promoted into the race lead at the moment, as Obi-Wan fuels his car. Danger Mouse goes into the pits as well from 3rd position, as Monkan is just rounding the final corner, kills through it as well, and Obi-Wan is already out of the pits into 2nd place behind Juho, a significant gap behind them, and Juho will probably have to pit again. Monkan in 3rd place, 4th place for Kills Through It. Rocket is into 5th at the moment, with Khan into 6th, trying to chase him down. And let's see, Danger Mouse has come out into 10th place on the medium tires, right behind Schumacher. So let's see if Danger Mouse will be able to find way past these cars. Schumacher, I'll need to see this again. What happened here? Seems Lord Hans and Kilev had a bit of a moment, and Schumacher just breezes past both of these, and Schumacher is now into 8th place. Danger Mouse into 9th and looking to go around the outside of Lord Hans. Will he be able to do it? Will he be able to make it stick? Yes, very nearly loses it there, but Danger Mouse up into 8th place here. So Lord Hans and Kilev, they are the big losers. They had a bit of a moment and both of them lose 2 positions each. Let's have a quick look. A 1:36 from our race leader Juho at the moment, and let's see what time Obi-Wan puts in on the mediums. A 37.7, but that's actually his out lap, so I'm not sure it counts. Chaos dives into the pits on lap 19. Needs fuel and tires certainly, and let's join our closest battle here as Kilev has elected to change tires as well with 6 laps remaining here. Lord Hans has managed to find a way past Danger Mouse, but nearly loses it there on the exit of turn 1, just a bit in the grass. Stick with this battle for a little bit as Danger Mouse goes down the inside of the turn. Lord Hans gives him plenty space, and this is a nice clean overtake from Danger Mouse to get back into 7th place. A little bit further up in the battle for 4th, we see Khan all over the back of Rocket. Rocket, of course, on hard tires, and Khan is on the mediums at this moment, and I think Khan will be able to comfortably drive till the end of the race on these mediums. And it's trying to just find a way past that Lexus in front of him. Tries the inside, tries the outside. Goes for a bit of a switchback, but loses the rear end a little bit there, and is still forced to look at that Lexus's rear end. A bit further down, HK dives into the pits, and this promotes Chaos Druid to 11th now after his 2nd pit stop. We have a couple of battles here. Danger Mouse is trying to find a way past Schumacher. Schumacher is on very worn hard tires now. Danger Mouse should be able to make good work of them with the fresher medium tires. Already on the inside here. Seems to have the power, and just slotted behind him right before the braking zone. Couldn't keep it side by side. As we take a very quick look out front in the battle for 4th, Khan is still stuck behind Rocket as Juho pits from the lead of the race. Obi-Wan retakes the lead of the race as Lord Hans is now under, or rather Danger Mouse is under pressure from Lord Hans, so Danger Mouse needs to find a way past Schumacher. He needs to do it quick, otherwise Lord Hans will just capitalize on the situation. Monken in the pits as well, comes out into 8th place. As let's go back and see Khan managed to get the inside line for turn 1 and has overtaken Rocket nice and easy in turn 1. Danger Mouse had a bit of a thought on going on the inside, but Schumacher was defending it. Now Schumacher has left the door open just a little bit. Oh, Schumacher goes wide there and loses a couple of positions. Schumacher definitely struggling on those worn hard tires, and now his teammate is right behind him. So Danger Mouse is now up into 5th place, as Khan hasn't exactly driven away from Rocket, so Rocket is surely still in the fight for that podium step, the last podium step in 3rd place. Monken now has caught up to his teammate, and Schumacher is on worn hard tires, Monken is on fresh soft ones. This should be really easy work, and we won't even have to see it as Schumacher dives into the pits for a final tire change. Let's see what's happening beside Kilev. Dives on the inside of Slavman, it seems. Takes 10th position, or rather 11th. But Slavman doesn't give it up. He tried to go on the inside of turn 1, but just didn't have enough time to use the speed of that Aston Martin. Is that an Aston? No, that's a Jaguar actually, sorry. Couldn't manage to use the speed of the Jaguar on the straight, needed just a bit more. As we see now, Monken has started catching up a little bit to Lorhan, so he'll be eyeing up a move, and Chaos Druid is under pressure from Bo. Chaos goes very defensive on the hairpin. Bo forced to use the outside line, but these two are still just about side by side. They managed to keep it clean through that fast chicane, and now let's see, will Chaos be able to hold it through the start finish straight? Boa dives into the slipstream of Chaos Druid. As Chaos goes defensive for turn 1, Boa has a bit of a look on the outside, but isn't able to make it stick just yet. But it would seem that he's currently being slowed down by Chaos. Chaos, of course, on the medium as well. Boa is on the hard side. Chaos gets a 2.5 second penalty for cutting the track. That's very unfortunate for Chaos. He will lose a couple of positions, it seems, because of that, as Kilev has a moment and loses a position or two. Boa seems to have just eased off a little bit here, knowing he'll just pass Chaos Druid on the start-finish side because of that penalty. As we'll have a look at Monkon putting on the pressure on Lorhan's here. Lorhan's on slightly worn medium tires. Monkon still has the tire advantage on his softs, and with 2 laps remaining, both of them should be able to finish the race comfortably in terms of tires at least. Nothing Monken can do on the straight so far, but Is able to dive on the inside of turn 1. I'm not sure Monkan expected that space to be there, but he takes it nevertheless. And now through the fast S's is able to hold it on, has the defensive line, and maybe, just maybe, Monkan will be able to hold on to 6th place here ahead of Lord Hans. A bit behind, Bo has found a way past Schumacher. And I think Bo will definitely struggle on the final lap, unfortunately, with those soft tires. We'll see if he'll be able to hold on to 8th position, as Monkan is now just about comfortably ahead of Lord Hans. He needs to think about his tires just surviving the final lap here. Speaking of tires, let's have a quick look at our race leader on the final lap. Has good tires, will be able to do it. Juho in 2nd place, won't have any issues with the tires. Khan might struggle a bit towards the end of this tire. His right rear tire is really holding on for dear life, with Rocket right behind him looking to capitalize on this. And just because of a tire choice, Danger Mouse into a calm and comfortable 5th position here. Shouldn't be too troubled, as Monkan should be able to make the race finish comfortably, but we will see if he'll be able to hold it just under the pressure of Lord Hans. Let's see what actually happened here to Khan. It just slowed down a lot. He barely makes the corner, and Rocket takes 3rd place off of him. As we are joining our race leader, a very commanding race and win here at Kyoto by Obi-Wan. Great race from him, drove fantastically, didn't put a foot wrong, and takes the feature race win. Juho slots into 2nd place. Great race from Juho as well to get that 2nd place. Rocket managed a good tire strategy and takes 3rd place, final step on the podium in the final lap. Great race from him as well. Khan up into 4th place, just about. Danger Mouse takes 5th place, couldn't get him on the line there. Monkan should be very happy with that 6th place. Lord Hans into 7th place of the feature race. I think that's one of his better feature race finishes this season so far. Schumacher up into 8th, Chaos Druid in 9th place, with Boa finishing 10th with a dead front end tire. Managed to hold on to 10th place at least. 11th place for Kilev, 12th place for Salman, 13th for HK, 14th for Krakavelli, and 15th place for Bala, who had a rough time in the Audi here at Kyoto. And with the feature race over, let's have a quick look at the standings as they are after Kyoto. In 1st place of the championship with 122 points is Danger Mouse, and with the exact same points tied for him is Juhofen after this fantastic round here at Kyoto. Juhofen equal to Danger Mouse, tied for 1st place in the championship. 3rd place for Boa, just 12 points behind, as Obi-Wan is a further 5 behind in 4th place. In the Constructors Championship, we have the BMW team still leading with 232 points, AMG team on 227 in second place, and third place for the Ferrari team. Thank you for joining me around Kyoto, and I shall see you next time for a dramatic race at Monza.